from the Fantasy Springs Grand Chateau Hotel. It is 6:30 a.m. I tried my best to sleep, but it's not happening. I've accepted that the jet lag will just continue through the whole trip here in Japan. I've just woken up to the most gorgeous, amazing view. And I feel like you need to see it too. How gorgeous is that? That was so special. At exactly 7 a.m. the bells ring out in Arendelle, and then all the Fantasy Springs music comes on. This is the best hotel I have ever stayed in, and probably ever will stay in. Sorry, Port Orleans Riverside. You're out of the competition. It's just wonderful. It's amazing. It's called the Grand Chateau. It is more than just grand. It is spectacular, spectacular. Welcome to the last video in this series, but a wonderful day I'm hoping regardless, because I have got a jam-packed day. So I'm heading into Tokyo Disney Sea. By staying at the Fantasy Springs Grand Chateau, I have got what I call extra happy entry, or happy entry. Happy entry in Tokyo Disney is something that allows resort guests to get in 15 minutes before day guests, but at the Grand Chateau they let you in 15 minutes before that to go into Fantasy Springs, which is incredibly exciting. They have their own special elevator and their own special Grand Chateau entrance, so I'm going to show you what that's like this morning. I do need to start getting ready though, because this is... I just keep staring at the view. I've been out there for about 40 minutes just watching the sunrise, and I need to get a wiggle on because vlog's not going to film itself. Outfit of the day includes this very, very cute cardigan from Disneyland Paris. Well done to those of you who guessed that this was going to be worn in Japan. Happy entry starts in 15 minutes, so let's go to Fantasy Springs! So in order to use the Grand Chateau exclusive entrance, you need to go to 3 first, and then the cast members will escort us down to level 1. There's a cast member on the 3rd floor who is waiting to check our tickets. Ohayou gozaimasu. Just one.
Just a moment.
Okay, thank you. They formed a line on the ground floor, and then they're going to take us through security and then into the park. Well, this is just delightful. Morning, Ariel. How you doing? Flounder. How's it cracking? Get it? Because they're rocks. Sorry. I've had a few cast members going, oh, kawaii, to my little Mickey. Oh, this is so beautiful. And first thing in the morning, there's no one here. Oh, everyone's getting the pictures. Ohayou gozaimasu. I think this is the Skull Rock. How cool is this? What an incredible experience. The happy entry at the Grand Chateau is really happy. That's not the official name, that's just what I've dubbed it. The happy entry for Fantasy Chateau opened at 8:30. Day guests get in at 8:45, but obviously they've got to come from the other end of the park. and we got in at 8:15. So there was a good 10 minutes of like the land just being near enough empty. Everybody kind of like beelined for Frozen first, got their pictures, then moved on to the next land for other pictures. This is the land of picture. So Gary would fit in very easily here. So if you want to beat everybody else in the Grand Chateau down, I would recommend going a little bit earlier than what I did. I went at 8:10. Took about 10 minutes to get through security, so I still had some time to enjoy it and everything like that. But just as a heads up, it does take a few minutes to get through security and scan tickets and everything. And I've just seen Anna and Elsa have come down to say hello! Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful! Because everyone's beelining for the attractions and to get pictures and everything, the actual springs in front of the Grand Chateau at Fantasy Springs Hotel is absolutely dead, which is great. You can't see it right now, but behind that waterfall is the mirror from Snow White. I'm going to see if I can catch it without the mist in the way. You can just about see him. I think this might be the one and only time that the Fantasy Springs Gifts is actually quiet because everyone's focused on everything else. So let's have a look. Little Moo Shirou. Ohayou gozaimasu. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. In coming to the store, I found that they have the music album of all the background music. I have never been so happy in my entire life. 4 discs, and then you get some little souvenirs in it as well. It's 12,100 yen. It's quite pricey, but I want it so bad. They have these little blind bags here, which are 900 yen each, or you can just get a box that has the whole set for 3,600 yen. I like the fact they give you the option to just get them all, and the box is nice too. There's a tote bag here, 5,000 yen. I'm not sure about the outside, but the inside is incredible. Since I'm now staying at the Fantasy Springs Hotel, the merchandise has really taken my fancy. There's a luggage tag here, 1,800 yen. Fancy slippers. Look at the pillow! Oh, that's lovely. How much is that? 4,000 yen. Also, a tip I got from a viewer, if you buy a pillow or something, just check if you can take the stuffing out, because if you can, then it makes it a lot easier to transport home. Unfortunately, that one doesn't have the ability to do that. Teapot here. The teapot is 18,000 yen. And then a teacup, which is 9,000 yen. A lovely scarf there. 22,000 yen. Yikes. There's a tie there for 8,000 yen. That's quite cool. A little citizen watch. 65,000. And what looks like a hair clip for 7,000. Fantasy Springs hand towel. 2,200. Turns out this is the perfect time to come to the shop. I have been able to see so much more stuff than what I did when it was busy. Last time I came in, just because it was so difficult to like kind of get through the aisles, I just ended up missing half of this stuff. Oh, it's so beautiful. I just love it. I wish they sold this book. It is so pretty. Rapunzel's out as well this morning. I am so glad I took the opportunity to not go like straight to the attractions and just enjoy the atmosphere. This has been the most special morning ever. Like, if I could pause from now and go back 24 hours and just make that the best 24 hours of my life, I would. And it has everything to do with that place. It really does, because if I hadn't stayed there, I wouldn't have got this opportunity. I wouldn't be able to get the ticket that allows me to go on the attractions multiple times. I wouldn't have stayed in that beautiful, beautiful room. I wouldn't have been able to book the VIP tour that I did yesterday. Like, I am just... Oh, it's so good. I've had the best time ever. I've had that, like, Tokyo Disney. You have outdone yourself. You've blown me away. There's no way I am going to be able to not come back. Let's be honest. Chances are, as soon as I get home, I'm going to start pricing up the next time I can afford to go. Which is actually a really nice feeling for me to say out loud, because I was thinking that, you know, this is it. You know, I've made the most of this trip, and I feel really like glad that I have made the most of it. It came from a fear of like, I'm never sure I'm going to be able to come back here again. But it's a bit like when you go to Florida for the first time or something. You go, it's like, it's meant to be a once in a lifetime trip. You go and you go, oh no, I want to go back here. I want to go back here. Cast member at the Snuggly Duck is showing me where the hidden Mickey is in the tree. Oh, the leaf!
Yes.
On the tree. Ah, okay. It's right here. Arigatou gozaimasu. They've got Fantasy Springs vending machines! How cool is this? Okay, I'm going to get some water actually. 200 yen, and I can pay with my Suica card. Ta-da! Ooh, that's a hefty bottle of water. Tinkerbell's Busy Buggies is very busy first thing this morning. Just gonna skirt around here, bear with. After trying the curry popcorn yesterday and being blown away by it, part of me now wants to try the roast beef popcorn here. And first thing in the morning, there's no line. I'm gonna treat myself. So roast beef popcorn, let's give it a try. Here it is, let's find out. The smell isn't particularly appetizing, but I don't know if that's just because it doesn't make sense to me. We'll find out. Cheers. I went on a journey there. I had no, then yes, then no again. Yeah, I'm afraid this is a... Nah, it's a 1. Sorry, no. Roast beef, popcorn, you're out. Curry popcorn, you're in. Ohayou gozaimasu.
1名様です。ありがとうございます。
おはようございます。
やあ、ティンカーベル。フック船長がどうしたって？行くぞー。また会おう。
I love that ride. It is so much fun, and it still amazes me, like the technology involved in lining up physical props with animation is just great, and they've made the characters so cute. They are just like adorable. I love them. But now I'm going on quite possibly my new favourite Disney ride in the world, Anna and Elsa's Frozen Journey. Ohayou gozaimasu.
おはようございます。はい、ありがとうございます。
大きな雪だるま。ちってあらわかったよ。心が踊るの。やめてって言ったの。もう近いんだ。逃がすな。風が心にささやくの輝いていたいもう決めたの世界がここで飛び出して今少しも寒くないわ私には無理ごめんなさい私を助けるために
Please remain seated while walking.
Now to head back to the room. I had such fun in Fantasy Springs. I can't get enough of it. I could literally spend an entire day in that area of the park. Like, look at this. Imagineering you outdid yourself. Tokyo Disney Sea. 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5, 5-star plus. Slap me around the face and call me a Disney fan. Unfortunately, this is like the saddest part of the trip, in that I have to pack up and leave this fantastic, amazing, beautiful... It's not even a room, it's a suite, isn't it? Let's be honest. It's... Oh, I just love it. I just keep staring at random details and being like, how amazing is this? And Fantasy Springs, I had the best morning. Let's just go and have one more look, shall we? One more look. For luck. I'm not going to get this view again. Incredible. Absolutely amazing. So, I did pop into Fantasy Springs Gifts to get a couple more bits and bobs that I saw whilst the shop was nice and quiet. Anna and Elsa's Frozen Journey. Gosh. What a ride! What a ride! What a ride this whole thing has been! It has been amazing. So I have got a breakfast reservation at La Libellule. So I'm going to get all my bags together and take them down, enjoy some breakfast, and then head back to Tokyo Disney Sea to enjoy some more rides and stuff. Dad check done. It's time to go. Can I stay, please? Goodbye, Belle. Goodbye, Tiana. Goodbye, Aurora. Goodbye, Cinderella. Ohayou gozaimasu. Wow. Subarashi. Oh. This Subarashi. So I have been seated with this beautiful table. The breakfast menu is 6,500 yen. I believe these are brought automatically. You order one from here. I've gone with a free-range Eggs Benedict. And then you get champagne if you want it. And that's available on the buffet. Look at this. Duck and beet salad. Shrimp and endive salad. Ooh. Vegetable puree. Creme brulee, chocolate cake. Wow. This is amazing. Custard Danish. Chocolate Danish. I've been brought a fresh croissant. And look, the butter has FS on it.
Let's go!
Look! Oh, so nice to see you. Do you like it? It's you, yeah? Your gloves? Yeah? Yeah? Little twirl? Oh, high five! I love this. Very cool. Subarashi. Hi! Arigatou gozaimasu. Bye! Thank you. That was La Libaloo, and without a doubt, like, probably the best value luxury breakfast experience I've ever had. So that was 6,500 yen, which works out at £35. But for everything that was included, for the service, for the ambience, for the buffet, like I think I had a fresh croissant that they brought out that was still warm from the oven, a salad, everything on the buffet, Eggs Benedict that was really, really nice, and then like the coffee and apple juice and everything, and it was, yeah, 35 quid. I think you would probably pay £60 for that in London, if not more. So if you happen to be staying at the Grand Chateau, definitely do it, especially if you're from the UK and the conversion rate works in your favour. Unfortunately, it is exclusive to Grand Chateau guests at this time. That might change in the future, but yeah, I suppose if you're spending as much as you are to stay in this hotel, they would be taking the mick if they then charged you a ridiculous price for breakfast, so it's not bad. Goodbye, most beautiful lobby in the world. You will be sorely missed. The Grand Chateau entrance is only open first thing in the morning. After that, you need to use this entrance right here for Tokyo Disney Sea. Arigatou gozaimasu. Goodbye, Grand Chateau. You are nothing but wonderful. Included in a stay at the Grand Chateau are 8 of these attraction tickets. I'm just going to show you what they're available for. There's the list just there. You can use them at either park. So they're basically complimentary premier access, which is great because there's quite a few attractions in this park I haven't done yet that are actually available on the list. So I'm excited to see some new stuff. Here's an attraction I've been very excited about being able to ride. Unfortunately, standby wait is currently 100 minutes. Priority access went almost immediately last time I came. So this is going to come in very handy. Konnichiwa.
This skills spin Indiana Jones no time, okay?
One time, yeah, okay.
Thank you so much.
The cast member punched a hole in it and she says, just present this to the next cast member when they ask for it. Oh, wow. Gosh, this is impressive. This is huge. It's massive. Ooh, it even smells older. Oh wow. Oh my god. Whoa. I love Tokyo Disney's commitment to theming the queue lines. Like, insanely so. Because this room looks like it should be part of the ride. I just asked a cast member. Unfortunately, there is no videoing or photos on this ride, so I will see you afterwards and let you know what I got. So it's the same ride system as it is in California. Awesome, awesome. It's very, very, very similar to the one in California. It's a slightly different storyline, and there's a lot, I don't know, just more effects. They had this smoke tornado, and I couldn't wrap my head around it. I was like, how are they doing that? There was a scene where like you're driving through darts that are being shot at you, and they blast air at you and stuff. Lots of lighting and lightning effects, and just great. The scope of it is fantastic. And if you're coming here to Tokyo Disney, I would say this is a must-do, for sure. The ride photo was 2,100 yen, which is about £11, compared to what you'd pay in America and everything. I thought, do you know what, it's a pretty good deal. And I got the steering wheel seat, and I thought it's a nice memento. The process is a little different when buying photos here. I have to go take this slip that I got from the cast member underneath the screens outside the attraction, and take it to the photo shop that's at the front of the park after the time that's printed on the receipt, which is 2:16, so about an hour away. Not too bad. There's the electric rail track that I took the last time I came. I'm now going to go on Nemo and Friends Sea Rider. I have no idea what this is, so we're going to find out together. I have no idea what this attraction is, but there's rows. There's a height restriction, so it must be an attraction, but then everyone's in a big group. I'm confused. Wow, it's huge. Okay, this looks like a simulator attraction, so out of courtesy of everybody else around me, I will see you afterwards. Very cute. It's like a gentle simulator ride. We get shrunk down to the size of a fish, and then we encounter all the Finding Nemo friends. And it's kind of based on like the first film and the second film. So there was Becky in there, and the octopus, I've forgotten his name. You're screaming at it in the vlog, aren't you? Hank. We got there in the end. Thanks for your help. So yeah, no, cute. Oh, I think we're in the land of Duffy and Friends. Let's find how much Duffy is. 4,400. These are very cute. That is 2,900 yen. Duffy Christmas hat. Got the face cloths, some stationery. Ooh, cute little tote bag there. It's 5,600. Wow, that's impressive. I think you can go on it as well, because there's guests up there. And you can see out to the sea! How good is that? What a backdrop, eh? I think it goes without saying, but there is no theme park in the world that is like this one. And I can see why it's everyone's favourite theme park in the world. Certainly mine. Sold. Yeah. It's very immersive. It's very clean. And it can disperse people quite well. Like, it doesn't feel busy. I know it's probably the same level of busy that Tokyo Disneyland is, but I don't know, it just feels a bit more spacious and comfortable. If you want to find quiet spaces, I think you can do it here. I would struggle in Disneyland, which I think is the same for Magic Kingdom and Disney World. I think it's hard to find quiet spaces there sometimes. The dockside stage is where they have the Jamboree Mickey Let's Dance, which you can do an entry request for, or you can book a Premier Access maybe? So they have something called the Teddy Roosevelt Lounge, which I think is a restaurant. And then they have a sign that says "To all decks," up the stairs. They also have Turtle Talk with Crush here. There is priority access available for that, which I think you do through the 40th anniversary priority access at the moment. There is a lot of people taking photos. A lot. This seems to be the place where like friends get together and take photos. There's a lot of groups of like 2 girls all stood together, all taking pictures with their phone against the glass. Good lighting, I suspect. Beautiful. Got the SS Columbia dining room as well, which looks like a restaurant. Lovely staircase inside. In typical Adam fashion, I started recording the band and they left. Now it's time for Toy Story Midway Mania. I know that they have this attraction in the other parks I've been to, but there's been quite a few differences with the attractions that are repeated in other parks, so I'm going to see if this is any different as well. Oh, recording. Okay, I just got a very nasty electric shock because of this cardigan. I've always noted that Toy Story Midway Mania here always has a really, really long line. It's obviously very popular, but it's also only 1 track, whilst in the Disney World version they've got 3 tracks, and I'm pretty sure California has... well, maybe that's only 1. Anyway, it just means the capacity is a bit lower, I think, compared to what they might get through in Disney World. Here we go. Whee! Psycho! Let's go. Woohoo! Not bad! Not my best, but not bad! Ah! I'm best of the hour! Hooray! I may not have got an A star in school, but by God, I am the best of the hour on Toy Story Midway Mania Tokyo Disney. That's just like 1 minute past 2, in which case that's really embarrassing. Good fun, good fun. I mean, it is pretty much exactly the same as the other parks, so if you have to skip something and the wait's long, I would skip this one. I am very tired today. I only slept about 4 hours last night, which after the excitement of everything of yesterday, I probably needed more, but at the same time, I woke up at 6 AM and saw that gorgeous view, so no regrets. Oh, that's so cute. Down a very nondescript path, they have like a whole Venice set. Wow. This is so cool. It's like a movie set. Or the real thing. At the front of the park, they have their own version of the Emporium called Emporio. Which I'm pretty sure is just Italian for Emporium, but it's okay! Ooh, this is cool. Well, these are for the Year of the Snake. They're 3,400 yen, so it's the characters dressed up as a snake for 2025. That's so cute! They do have a Fantasy Springs merchandise section in here, so say for example you didn't get into Fantasy Springs this day, but you did actually want some merchandise from another day, you can buy it in here. The selection isn't quite as extensive, but there are some bits and bobs. A mug will set you back approximately 1,400 yen, so £6-ish. I bet Future Adam has actually put the currency on screen for you, so I've just embarrassed myself by getting it wrong. Or a Slane, I got it right. Tissue box holders. Ooh, there's actual Tokyo Disney Resort one. That's nice. How much is this one? This one is 2,500 yen. One thing I've seen around the parks quite a lot is these balloons on a stick. So they're basically just like something that you hold and wave as you go around. 1,000 yen each. But they seem very, very popular, especially these Christmas ones. All the cast members have been waving these. They've got a Toyville Trolley Park toy set. 7,000 yen. But that is like a little train set. That's so cute. One thing I love is they sell the different CDs for all the music. Best of Tokyo Disney Resort. What's this one? 40th anniversary of music. This looks like the place to pick up my photo. This was 2,100 yen. And an absolutely great keepsake. It's time to see Big Band Beat. I don't think I can film in this one the same as in the other park. Anything I've said in these videos that I'm like, I can't film this, I am sure you will find videos on YouTube if you have a little look. If there's something that you're just dying to know what it is, I'm sure it's out there. Konnichiwa.
ありがとうございます。3日の4回目3時55分でありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。This is my Grand Chateau show ticket. You get 4 of them included in your reservation. They have to pre-book the seats for you. I'm E2 then 19. Oh, brilliant. I'll see. Nice. See you after the show. It was cute. It was really cute. I would say it was more like a character cabaret than it was a Broadway show, which is what I would call the Mickey's Magical Music World in Tokyo Disneyland. Basically, it's like the characters doing different numbers, but the thing I found most interesting about it is it was all in English, all of it. But then the characters are asking questions to the audience, and they're going, "Are you having a good time?" And there's just like silence. So, yeah, I don't know. It was interesting. I just used one of my tickets to ride Journey to the Centre of the Earth. Great ride, love it, it's awesome. I have now just booked a mobile order for Lookout Cookout in Fantasy Springs. They have a butter chicken on the menu that I have been thinking about since I saw it in someone's vlog, so. I'm just a few meters from the restaurant, so I'm going to click I'm here, and the order will start being prepared. Konbanwa. Arigatou gozaimasu. Oh, it's nice and quiet in here. This is the Lost Boys butter chicken. So it looks like chicken strips that I think are curry spiced. Spinach and potato bites, I think. Some prawn crackers in there, and what looks like a Yorkshire pudding. Here we go. Mmm. That's very nice. Yorkshire pudding. Not what I was expecting. Very similar to Yorkshire pudding, but it's a bit sweeter than that. But nice. Review of the butter chicken. I would say it's not spicy. It's flavourful, but it's not spicy, so that's quite nice if you're not into that. The whole meal itself was quite dry. It was missing like a dipping sauce, but I did know ahead of time that sauce isn't really a big thing here. So I brought some ketchup sachets with me from home and just had them in a little baggie just in case this occasion aroused? No, not aroused. Aroused? Or has arisen. I write books. So I don't know. I'm gonna give it like a 3 out of 5 because I think, I don't know. It wasn't a bit of me, but the chicken was chicken breast, which I appreciated very much. Little tip for you, sit on the left hand side. Either you can request it like I did, or if you're with family and friends, don't tell them you've watched this video and sit on the left, or fight them for it, because that way you get the nice shot going around Flynn and Rapunzel. Just saying. Right, I was going to go and see Believe Sea of Dreams, the nighttime spectacular here, but it's unfortunately been cancelled. So I'm going to wrap up this series in my favourite place in the whole resort. Just as I'm walking to finish this vlog, the bells start chiming. Time's up, Adam. You're about to turn back into a pumpkin, which just reminded me of still a pumpkin! If you know that, you've been around for a while. Thanks for being a subscriber. Of course I had to end the series in Fantasy Springs. My favourite place in the whole world now. And so our journey comes to an end, but yours continues on. Thank you so much for watching this vlog series. I was going to do like a trip report and wrap up the trip and discuss some low points, some high points and stuff like that, but I've been stood here for about 5 minutes racking my brain trying to like put things in a list and everything, and I can't do it. I can't. There isn't a low point. There is nothing on this trip that has been like upsetting or disappointing. I had some very high expectations coming on this Tokyo Disney trip, and Tokyo Disney not only met those expectations but exceeded them, which I wasn't expecting. And I think the only thing I've like kind of genuinely struggled with is jet lag. I haven't got over it. I have only slept 4 to 5 hours every night, but it actually kind of worked as a blessing because it meant that I was up and raring to go. So I did make the most of the trip and got in some of the most amazing content and the most amazing memories that I'm gonna have forever. Like, the Grand Chateau is literally here. Like, staying in that hotel is a dream come true. And it's only been possible with people like you watching, following on Instagram, becoming members of the Morning Club on Patreon. Like, I can't do this as my full-time job without people like you supporting. So, from someone who loves Disney, who dreamt about coming here most of his life, to be here thanks to you, I can't thank you enough, genuinely. I hope you've enjoyed watching the series, and I hope the magic has come through the vlogs. If you're thinking about booking a trip to Tokyo Disney, all I can say is do it. It does take a lot more organization, planning, if you're used to the other parks and you haven't been here before. But all of that work I did to put into this trip and be prepared was worth it. It genuinely was. The apprehension I had, the trepidation about language barriers or cultural differences kind of went out the window after the first 24 hours. Because I know as much Japanese as I do French. And I think that's maybe a good tip, is get some key phrases in. Just know how to say good morning, good afternoon, thank you, those sorts of things, and I think you'll be set, genuinely. I can't pick a high point, it's not possible. Grand Chateau was a dream come true. The VIP tour was incredible. Going on Journey to Center of the Earth for the first time after dreaming about it for so long was incredible. The Reach for the Stars song has been stuck in my head since I watched that show yesterday. And the merchandise, okay. The merchandise is very high up on the list, I'm just saying. I did treat myself. I've also found some great things for competition prizes and stuff like that. So if you're a member of the Morning Club, watch out. And it's just that the merchandise is very affordable. Very affordable. Oh, I can't believe this is it. So unfortunately it is time for me to go home, but the magic doesn't stop for you. A brand new Walt Disney World and Disney Cruise Line series with Gary is coming up with the Disney Treasure! The brand new cruise ship coming to Disney Cruise Line. I have had the most amazing time here. I hope you stick around for the future vlogs. Thank you very much for watching. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the future stuff. Thank you so much for watching! And I'll see you next time.